All right. Okay. So what I am going to do, I'm going to share my screen. Okay. And all of these things, okay, the one that you are going to look at on the screen has been shared in column. Okay. So while I am explaining to you regarding the assessment and what you are supposed to do, okay, you can go to column, all right, and then you can have a look at the content in week 3. Okay. Before that, okay, can you see my screen now?
Can.
Okay, right, great. So we are now in week 4. Okay, we are now in week 4, whereby we are going to have a look at the presentation outline. Okay, and then for the first meeting, you're going to get the approval for the draft. Okay, hopefully all of the groups, you have submitted the draft for your product presentation. Okay, for your first assessment. And then in the second meeting, we are going to still continue with the presentation outline, but this time around it's going to be a full write-up. Okay, but for the second meeting, okay, let me let you know earlier. For the second meeting, okay, you are going to do it with your team members. Continue drafting for the full presentation outline, which will be useful for your assessment 1A, which is infographic, and also assessment 1B, digital technical oral presentation. Okay, so last week I have left you with the readings on process explanation, okay, in week 3. And then I have shared the link to the 2 videos, my own video on informational and directional approach in process explanation. I hope that you have watched the video, okay? And then I also ask you to do and to read the exercises, okay, and notes or handouts on how to use, directional approach, okay, the language use, and the same goes for informational approach and the language use. Okay, so everything has been done last week. Okay, so this week we are going to continue focusing on presentation outline. Okay, whereby we're going to look at the draft that you have submitted and whether it is approved or not. Okay, all right. If you go to column, all right, if you go to column and then you click week 3. Right, and if you click week 3, okay, you scroll down a bit and then you are going to have this. Okay, so I'm going to click it open for you, and then we are going to discuss about each one of it. Okay, so let's have a look at the first handout given here. This is for assessment 1A infographic, which carries 10% of your overall marks. Okay, so let's have a look at the course learning outcomes. Okay, for this assessment, the learning outcomes 2, 3, and 4 are involved with the the assessment itself. Okay, so for number 2 or learning outcome 2, it is used to demonstrate presentation skills using appropriate delivery strategies. So this is for assessment 1B, digital technical oral presentation. Okay, for learning outcome 3, to transfer salient information from technical reading materials and documents into appropriate format. So this one is for assessment 1A, which is infographic, whereby you are going to get the information from other sources, okay? And then you're going to take it and put it inside your infographic, okay? And you are going to present it, and that one brings you to the next, okay? To the next learning outcome, which is learning outcome 4, to apply appropriate and accurate language in written and or spoken discourse. So this one, learning outcome 4, it applies for both of the assessment 1A and assessment 1B. Okay, because you need to prepare the draft, you need to prepare the presentation outline, and then at the same time you need to prepare for your digital technical oral presentation. So what does it mean by digital TOP or technical oral presentation? So I will explain to you when it comes to that part. Okay, let's have a look at the instructions given here. The assessment is divided into two parts. Okay, assessment 1A infographic 10% and assessment 1B digital technical or representation 20%. So this assessment 1, right, will be 30% of your overall marks this semester. Okay, all right, read both instructions for assessment 1A and assessment 1B carefully in their entirety. Okay, why? Because assessment 1A and assessment 1B are interrelated. Okay, meaning that you are going to use whatever you have prepared for assessment 1A in assessment 1B. Okay, and therefore you are going to have the same team members or the same partner for your presentation. Okay, right. Number 2, for this assessment, you are required to deliver a technical oral presentation describing a latest existing product. Okay, initially, the product release date must be less than a year or 12 months. Okay, for Industry Expo Virtual Exhibition, which will be held from 7 to 9 of April 2021. Okay, some of you texted me personally asking about my feedback regarding the product that they are suggesting. So I give them the comment or my feedback, okay, asking them whether the product is something new and it has been in the market, okay, it has been released in the market for less than a year. Okay, if it is so, then you can proceed with the product. And at the same time, I also ask the team members, okay, to check whether the product is common or not. Common here meaning that it is something that people has been using for many years. Okay, for example, an air condition. Okay, so it is too common. But if your product, okay, somehow, okay, your product somehow, right, bring additional features that other air condition doesn't have before this, then maybe you can describe more about it in the presentation. And also, okay, when you are going to give me about the product and then asking me my consent, okay, whether it can be approved or not, please share a picture of the product. And at the same time, if you can find a video explaining about the product, then you can share it with me as well. Okay, and remember that for the assessment, you are going to be the representative of a company for the Industry Expo Virtual Exhibition. Okay, why 7 to 9 of April? Because if you look back at the weekly planner for week 6, okay, the second meeting is going to be from the 7th until 9 of April. So Wednesday is the 7th until 9 of April. All right, and since your second meeting is on the 8th, which is on Thursday, your second meeting for week 6, so therefore it falls under that particular time, okay, or period. Okay, number 3, this is very important. The product is to be presented to suit both technical and non-technical audiences. What does it mean by that? Okay, when you are preparing for assessment 1B and also assessment 1A at the same time, you have to be able to make sure that your presentation can cater both type of people or audiences. Those with a background or technical background knowledge about the product and those without the technical background knowledge about the product. For example, okay, you are trying to promote about software, programming software, okay, and then you're going to use all of the jargon, okay, or all of the terminologies that only fits to certain group of people that know about the language. Therefore, it is not suitable for everyone. But if you're going to promote like coding apps, okay, coding application for the school students, okay, and you need to use the simplest language that everyone can understand what you are trying to tell them. Okay, so that is what meant by number 3 here. So please make sure your presentation, your contents, okay, can suit both audiences, those with the technical background knowledge and those without the technical background knowledge. Okay, so these are the guidelines for assessment 1A infographic with a partner or in a group of 3. Okay, as I can see, in our WhatsApp group now. Okay, in our WhatsApp group now, right? So group 1, it is a group. Now group 2, group 3, group 4. Okay, for pair number 5, it is a pair. Number 6 is a group. Number 7 is a group. Number 8 is a group. Number 9, it is a group. Number 10, it is a group. Okay, so all together we have 9 groups and 1 pair. 9 groups and 1 pair. Okay, 9 groups and 1 pair. So, since that there are 28 of you, that is the reason why we have that. Okay, so 9 groups and 1 pair. Right, so number 1, research the product thoroughly. So, meaning that, okay, I ask you to Google or to go to the internet, okay, or to read or to find about the product anywhere. Okay, you can read the manuals, you can read the handouts, you can read the maybe slides about it. Okay, so please check about the product. Okay, one of the most important things that you need to find about the product, okay, for a group, you need to find at least 6 main parts or subparts of the product. For the pair, you need to be able to find at least 4 main parts or subparts of the product. Because sometimes, okay, when you have a product and then when it comes to the sources of description, it is going to be too short. Okay, and for a group, you need to find at least 6 because there are 3 of you. An individual presenter, okay, for each group and a pair, you are going to present at least 2 main parts or subparts from the product. Okay, so that is the reason why I ask you in a group, okay, to find at least 6 main parts, and for a pair, at least 4 main parts or the subparts. Okay, right, number 2. Group or pair, identify the technical description of the unique parts. So I have told you about this. 6 minus or 6 versus 4 main parts or subparts. Okay, and then try to find the technical description of the unique parts. Okay, the sources of description, dimension. Okay, for example, about the color, the features and such. Okay, and then point number 2 in 2 here. Okay, how each of the chosen unique part works. Okay, how each of the chosen unique part works. So how it works, okay, for example, if you're going to describe about the handle, okay, how it works, maybe you can say that it is used to make it easier for you to carry the product anywhere, for example, okay, and then how to use the product, okay. So the product in general, you must be able to find how to use it, and then maybe some main parts and subparts, how to use that particular main parts or subparts. Okay. Number 3, consult your instructor for approval of your product by week 4, the first meeting. Okay, by week 4, the first meeting. So we are now in week 4, and this is our first meeting. And later on, we're going to have a look at your draft of the product that you are going to present. Okay. Next, number 4, each group or pair must prepare a 1-page infographic poster as the visual aid. So this is going to be assessment 1A. Okay, so infographic, meaning that it is a combination between a picture of the product at the center of the poster, and then you're going to highlight each main parts or the subparts that you are going to present for assessment 1B. Okay, and also assessment 1A, it will be the same, whereby you're going to highlight, okay, which are the main parts or the subparts and the description or the information regarding that particular main parts or subparts. And that is the reason why it is called an infographic. Okay, for a group, all right, the wordings that you can have in the infographic poster should be within 300 to 450 words, not more than that. Okay, and for a pair, right, your words or your wordings in that particular infographic poster should be within 200 to 350 words. Okay, maximum, right? And the poster should be in A3 size, suitable for a virtual product exhibition. Okay, so next week, right, next week in our first meeting, okay, if you notice here, week 5, right? Preparing infographic, designing bunting, okay? So I'm going to share with you on how to use canva.com, okay? And maybe something on PictoChart, okay? Or Visma that you can use for your assessment, okay? All right, I'm going to share with you later on, all right, next week. Okay, then upload number 5. Upload the final description draft of your infographic into Turnitin Plagiarism Checker. Ensure that you have a minimum of 3 references in APA 7th edition. Okay, right. So for the infographic, you need to prepare your final description draft. What does it mean by final description draft? Okay, it is only wordings, no pictures. Okay, only wordings about your product. Okay, for example, this particular part, okay, how to use it and such. Make it into a draft. One page will do, okay, Microsoft Word, and you save it in PDF form. Okay, so what we are going to do for the Turnitin Plagiarism Checker, right? I need one of you to volunteer to be the class representative, okay, whereby he or she will be compiling or collecting all of the submission, okay, for the final description draft. So there are 9 groups and 1 pair, 9 groups and 1 pair, okay, who will be using, like submitting their final description draft, okay. So the class representative will be collecting it. Class, can you give me one moment? Okay, I need to close the window. It is raining heavily outside here now. Okay. Are you guys still with me?
Yes.
Can you
Yes.
listen to my voice?
Yes.
Yeah. Can get.
Okay. All right. Great. All right. Okay. So for number 5, okay, final description draft, the class representative will be compiling or collecting all of the submission by your friends, okay? Okay, each group will be giving one, okay, final description draft, only draft, okay, not the infographic, only draft, all right? And then he or she will be emailing it to me, email to me, and then I will use my own Turnitin teacher's account, okay? I will upload all of the final description draft in the Turnitin, and then I will generate, okay, the similarity index report. Okay, so it's very important because we want to avoid plagiarism issue. Okay, and it is highlighted in number 5 here. The Turnitin is used for plagiarism checker. Okay, all right. So since that you have done your research regarding the product, and I believe that you are going to take the information that you have taken from other sources, okay, from the internet, from the web page, perhaps, okay, from other sources that describe more about the product. And you cannot simply copy and paste the information from the internet. No, okay. If you remembered, right, if you remember in UHL 2412, English for Academic Communication, you have learned about paraphrasing, summarizing, and synthesizing. Okay, you have learned about these 3 things. So you are going to use the same method for this assessment, whereby you are going to take the information from the internet, but before you put it in your infographic, you need to paraphrase it, you need to summarize it, or you need to synthesize the information to avoid plagiarized work. Okay, and I will be sharing with you in our WhatsApp group the link to the videos on how to do paraphrasing, summarizing, and synthesizing. Okay, the one that I have prepared way earlier. Okay, way earlier. Right, and then the last line in number 5, you need to make sure that you have a minimum of 3 references and written according to the APA 7th edition format. Okay, why? Because you took the information from other sources regarding the product, from the main web page, from other sources perhaps, okay, and the same goes for the third references. Okay, and what does it mean by APA? If you still remember, American Psychological Association. Okay, so use the latest edition, 7th edition, And then I will also share the link to the video on how to write in-text citation and references according to American Psychological Association 7th edition format. Okay, so you will be using that particular information to write your references, at least 3. Okay, if you have more than 3, then you can put it there, right? Okay, number 6, plagiarism of any form will not be tolerated. 0 mark will be given for the description that contains more than 10% of plagiarism, okay, from Turnitin. So I'm going to upload it to Turnitin, and then I will click generating the similarity index report. If your final description draft for the infographic, okay, only the draft, right? If it showed that your plagiarism or similarity index report is more than 10%, I will ask the team, okay, the group or the pair, okay, to redo it. Okay, so I will give you time, maybe 2 to 3 days. Okay. If you didn't return to me the edited version, or somehow you didn't do it at all, okay, so your marks for the infographic will be given as 0. Okay, 0, right? So you have to make sure that the similarity index report, the percentage should be lesser than 10%. Okay, and then you need to put the Turnitin result at the bottom of the infographic. Where to put it? Okay, I will show it to you afterwards. Okay. Lastly, number 7, submit the soft copy of your infographic as well as the Turnitin similarity report in PDF to the agreed platform earliest on 7 April and latest by 9 April 2021 in the format below. Okay, so we choose the end date, the last day of the week, which is on Friday, okay, 9 of April. Okay, for infographic, this is how you're supposed to name your file. For each group or each pair, okay, you need to submit only one submission of the infographic and the Turnitin similarity index report. Okay, so where to get the report? I will give it to you in our WhatsApp group one by one. Okay, so please name according to the section number. Okay, your section is 16G underscore infographic underscore what is your group number, okay, according to the list that you have put in the WhatsApp group, and then what is the name of your group leader or pair leader, and then the metric ID underscore what is the name of the product that has been approved. Okay, so that is for infographic, and the same goes for Turnitin similarity index report. You just change from infographic to Turnitin report. Okay, where are you going to submit it? All right, if you go to Google Classroom, scroll down to week 6. Right over here, okay, as you can see, I have put week 6 assessment 1A and 1B. So this is where you're going to put your groups, okay, your groups or your pair, okay, infographic, and also the Turnitin similarity index report, okay, for assessment 1A. For assessment 1B, we are going to discuss about it afterwards, okay? Right. And then on the same handouts, if you scroll down a bit, okay, this is the guideline of the infographic. You need to have the header, okay, which contains the company logo and product name, the brand and model. Okay. If you're asking me, sir, can we use the logo that is already in the market? For example, your product is electric grass trimmer, okay, and you take it from Bosch or Black & Decker company. So you can use the logo and the product name together with the brand and model and put it there. This is for infographic, not the draft. Okay, my suggestion for the draft, you take out the company logo, you take out the product name. The product name, you can put it there, but the brand and model of the product, you take it out for the draft, for the Turnitin purpose, because it is afraid that if you're going to put all of that things, okay, the similarity index report will be higher than 10%. Believe me. Okay, and then you're going to have the definition, product overview, unique parts, and how to use the product. Okay, you need to have the picture of the product at the center of your infographic or poster. At the bottom of the poster, okay, or the infographic, at the footer part, you need to state at least 3 references written according to APA 7th edition format. Okay, right. I will show you an example, or I will share with you an example in our WhatsApp group. Okay, the one that your seniors have prepared before this. Okay, and then at the same time, you need to put the company contact details. The email here, you can just create it, a dummy one. Okay, for example, Shafirul at blackanddecker.com. Okay, for example, the company website, okay, or the URL, okay, Uniform Resource Locator, which is the www.blackanddecker.com, for example, and then lastly, the phone number of the company, 0379871234. Okay, right. And then next to it, okay, at the very right bottom part of the infographic, you're going to put the Turnitin similarity percentage. Okay, so based from the report that you have gotten later on, okay, you need to put it in your infographic, whether it is 8%, 10%, okay, or lesser than that. Okay, of course, if you got more than 10%, I will ask you to redo it. Okay, and then if you scroll down more, you will have a look at the marking scheme. So this is how we mark your submission. Okay, how you are able to get full marks, how you are able to get lesser marks and such. Okay, we don't simply just mark the paper without the rubrics, and these are the rubrics that we follow to mark your paper. Okay, class. All right. So any question for assessment 1A? Class? Do you have any question for assessment 1A?
So far,
Everything's fine, sir.
Okay. Yeah.
I think so far no, doctor.
All right. Great. Quickly. And that's well. Okay. So how about the others? No other question? Then I can proceed to assessment 1B.
No, sir.
Okay.
I think it's
Right.
clear, sir.
Okay. Great. Right now, let's have a look at assessment 1B. Okay. Assessment 1B, it is going to be the continuation from assessment 1A. For assessment 1B, it is going to be the presentation, or in this context, it is going to be digital technical oral presentation. Okay, I'll skip the learning outcomes and the instructions part over here because it is the same as the one stated earlier in assessment 1A. Okay, now let's have a look at the guidelines for assessment 1B. So digital technical oral presentation. So number one, your technical oral presentation will be in digital format, okay, recorded video presentation, and is required to be submitted by week 6, okay. We choose the last date, which is on the 9th of April 2021, which is on Friday, and it is due by 11:59 p.m. Why it is called the digital format? Because you need to record it. Why? Because you are not yet in the campus. Some of you might be here, but some of you are still in your hometown. Okay, so how to record it? Okay, so let's say it is a group work. So there are 3 of you. Individually, okay, each one of you, you are going to record yourself giving the presentation about the parts or the main parts or the sub parts that you have chosen. Okay, remember, for a group, you need to find at least 6 main parts or sub parts. Okay, so let's say you are presenter A, so you are going to record yourself, all right, about the giving a presentation about the main parts or the 2 main parts or the sub parts. Okay, all right, the same goes to presenter number B, presenter B, and presenter C. Okay, so presenter A, you're going to present about main parts 1 and 2. Right, presenter B is going to be about main parts 3 and 4. And presenter number 3, you're going to present about main parts 5 and 6. Okay, right, group point number 2 here. Group of 3 has 9 minutes to present, while pair will have 6 minutes to present. So presenters will only be assessed within the allocated time limit. So do not go beyond the time limit. So why a group has 9 minutes and why a pair only have 6 minutes? Okay, remember, each one of you, you are required to present 2 main parts or subparts of the product. Okay, so since that there are 3 of you, each presenter is given 3 minutes to present for the main parts 1 and main parts 2, for example. Okay, all right. So for a pair, it is going to be the same. All right, each pair you are going to present at least, like 2 main parts or subparts individually. Okay, so since that it is a pair work, so 3 minutes times by 2, you are given 6 minutes to present. Okay, and for each presenter, please make sure that your presentation does not goes beyond 3 minutes, because right after you have done with the presentation, the recording, okay, all 3 of you, let's say this is a group, okay, the same goes with the pair, okay, you are going to compile all the 3 videos together. Okay, you're going to merge all the 3 videos together, and then you are going to upload or merge edit together and then upload it to YouTube channel. Okay, any one of the group members YouTube channel. All right, and then you need to give me the link in our Google Classroom. So for assessment 1B, all right, the same goes over here, week 6, assessment 1B, each representative from each group, the group leader maybe, okay, he or she will be putting in the link to the YouTube video. Okay, when you're going to upload the YouTube video of your recordings, okay, for a group or a pair, okay, make sure that you choose only 2 published mode, either public or unlisted. Okay, either public or unlisted, not private. No, because if it is in private mode, I cannot watch your video. I need to request for the access. So please make sure the video that you uploaded to YouTube, it is published under public mode or unlisted mode. Okay, right. So again, make sure each presenter, you do not exceed the 3 minutes given to you. And let's say if it is a group work, all right, all 3 videos, you are going to compile it together, merge it together, make it into one video. And the combination of the 3 videos should not be more than 9 minutes. The same goes for the pair, all right? So both of you are going to record yourself, okay, within 3 minutes, explaining about the main parts or the subparts, and then you're going to compile it together, okay, and both of the videos should not be more than 6 minutes, okay. Right, number 3, as you are supposedly representing your organization or company in this digital technical oral presentation, you must portray a very high standard of professionalism, which include but not limited to, meaning that this is the guideline, but at the same time, you can also think of other things to make sure that your presentation looks professional. Okay, A, making professional appearance in the video presentation suitable for the context of the presentation, professional attire, hairstyle, makeup, etc. Okay, right, let's say for the boys and the ladies, okay, right, please wear proper attire. Okay, please wear a nice what you call it, shirt. Okay, you can use a necktie, okay, for boys, and then if you have the blazer or the suit, you can wear it. Okay, avoid round neck t-shirt. No, round neck t-shirt. Okay, avoid collared t-shirt. No, even though it is a collared t-shirt, but still it is a t-shirt. No. Okay, and avoid wearing faculty jacket. Right, so you can, I don't think that it will be easy for you. Okay, let's say it's, if somehow, okay, you are able to find or to get a shirt, okay, representing the company's brand or the logo or the name of the company, then you can wear it. But for me, okay, when you are attending a presentation physically in the university, in the campus, you're going to wear proper attire. So please wear that kind of attire when you are presenting. Okay. B, positioning yourself preferably half of the video frame side by side with your infographic and making sure your audience will be able to see your upper torso. Okay, so starting from the upper part of your tummy until your head and hand motions. Okay, so the audiences can see the hand motions, okay, the gestures while you are presenting. So refer to the examples below, right? So this is the one that we are looking for. It is well balanced and good use of infographic as visual aid. So it means that the recording, okay, the full screen should be divided into two parts. One will be your image, your video, okay, from your upper part of your tummy or your stomach until your head, okay, and then next to it, the other part or the other half of the screen should be the infographic, okay. So if you're asking me, sir, do we need to put all the entire infographic? Yes, for the beginning. But when you are going to explain about your main parts and subparts, you can highlight only that particular parts about the product from the infographic. Okay, so that is how you're supposed to do it. So the three presenters in a group or the two presenters in a pair, all of you are going to present different main parts or different subparts. Okay, so your infographic, your highlights on the infographic will be different from each of the presenter. Okay, why number 2 is not accepted? Because there is no visual aid at all. It is only you presenting. So no, we don't want this. Okay, number 3, the size of presenter is too small in the video frame. So it is only here at the bottom of the screen. So it's too small. And then number four, the presenter is not in the video at all. Okay, so you just put maybe the infographic or the slide and you just give the voiceover. That is not accepted as well. So only choose this one, number 1. You divide the screen into 2. So your image, your video will be on the first half, and then the second half will be the infographic. Okay. Okay, C. Ensure that audio quality is loud and clear before video submission. Also, try to minimize distractions and background noise. For your information, I am using this microphone. Okay, and maybe that is one of the reasons why my voice is loud and clear enough. Okay, so do not whisper in the presentation, in the recording. Do not whisper. Okay, so if your voice is not clear enough, please try to make it louder so that when the people watch and listen to your presentation, they can listen to what you are trying to say. Okay, and then try to avoid distractions and background noise. Okay, this is quite difficult because if you are recording from your house, okay, you will have people walking here and there, all right, and then you will have maybe your younger brother or sister crying at the back. So try to find a very nice place, very isolated in the sense that it is a bit quiet. Then you record yourself giving a presentation. Okay, and D, ensure your video background looks as professional as possible. Okay, my suggestion for this, you can find a white wall, okay, a nice clean wall, and then you are going to record your presentation over there. Okay, all right. So, and then please do not record your presentation by the roadside. First, it is dangerous, and then we don't want to be distracted by watching how many cars or counting how many cars or vehicles moving left and right behind you. No. Okay, so avoid that kind of thing. And then number 4, each group or pair must prepare an infographic poster as the visual aid in your video presentation. Okay, so in the beginning of your presentation, each of the presenter, you can show the infographic as a whole, but when it comes to the point of you describing more about your main parts or subparts, you can highlight only on that main parts or subparts. Okay. Number 5 here, follow the presentation guideline as follows. Okay, this applies for group of 3 and also for pair work. Okay, for the introduction, any one of you can do this. This is the general introduction. Okay, any one of you can do this, or you can also divide among 3 of you to state about the introduction here. Okay, provide self-introduction, state the purpose of the presentation, provide the company profile and the others in the introduction. Okay, for the first presenter, right, you need to introduce about the topic or the main parts or the subparts that you are going to present and give the audiences a preview of it. Okay, for example, hi everyone, my name is Muhammad Shafiqul Zaman. My ID number is AA123456. Okay, so today I'm going to share with you about this product, and I will be highlighting about 2 main parts or subparts that is very crucial, that are very crucial for the product to be used. So what are the main parts? I'm going to explain, or I'm going to describe about the handle and the body of the product. For example, that is on previewing of the main parts. Then you go to the body part of your presentation. You're going to explain about the unique part 1, for example, the handle. And then you're going to explain about the unique part 2, which is the body. Okay, for example. Then you need to conclude your presentation. Okay, what does it mean by concluding your presentation? You summarize your presentation. So that's all from me. Okay, I have covered the 2 main parts of the product. Okay, and then you are going to end your product, the presentation, and you hand it over your presentation to the next presenter. Okay, for more information about other main parts of the subparts of this product, okay, I would like to hand over my presentation to my friend. Okay, and he or she will be describing more about the other 2 main parts or the subparts, for example. Okay, that is about presenter 1. The same goes to presenter 2 and presenter 3 for a group. If you're working in a pair, the same goes like that. But for a pair, there are only 2 of you. Okay, and lastly, the group conclusion. Okay, the general conclusion. So you can highlight on how to use the product, the summary of the presentation by stating the benefits of the product, the limitations of the product. For example, okay, the products need to have the electricity. Without electricity, you cannot use the product. Okay, that is a limitation. And then you end your presentation. So for the conclusion, any one of you from the group or the pair can do it, or you divide among yourself regarding it. Okay, so use your own creativity. Okay, then number 6, upload the digital technical oral presentation video to the agreed platform. Again, Google Classroom. So I have created this under week 6, assessment 1A and 1B. So you need to merge all of the recording together, upload to YouTube, and then share the link. Okay, so make sure it is published only in 2 forms. Either you use the unlisted mode or you use the public mode. Okay, right. And then name your file according to this name. Okay, the file name format. All right. And then if you scroll down a bit, this is the scoring sheet for the presentation. Okay, and the rubrics, assessment rubrics on how we award you the marks. Okay, it is over here as well. All right, so that is all from me regarding assessment 1B. I would like to listen to any of the questions from you. Any question, class? Class, do you have any question? Ladies and gentlemen, are you still there? Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Yes, sir, clear.
Okay, right. So now, if it is clear, okay, let's have a look at another thing that you need to prepare. Okay, you don't have to submit this. This is going to be the major guideline that is going to help you a lot when you are preparing for your infographic and also for your digital technical oral presentation. So again, if you go to column, right, and if you scroll down to this part, okay, the presentation outline for a group and a pair is the same, except that for a pair it's going to be lesser, and this is what you're going to have. Okay, so you and your team members, you still have an hour after this, and then you're going to have the second meetings on Thursday. So you can use the second meeting to complete this presentation outline. You don't have to submit this, but this is going to be your point of reference when you are preparing for assessment 1A and also for assessment 1B. Okay, so you just fill in the information over here, and then you can also put the image of the product here. Okay, for the presenters, for example, okay, name of unit part 1 and name of unit part 2, you can put the image of that particular main parts or subparts here, so that it will be easier. You can refer to this outline when you are referring to the presentation. Okay, when you are doing the presentation, you can refer to this outline, then you will know what are the things that you are trying to highlight or explain to the audiences. Okay, so you can fill this in, okay, together with your group members. Okay, right, next, let's have a look at the submission of your work. Okay, so only 7 groups, okay, have submitted out of 10. Okay, and let's have a look at each one of it. Okay, this is for group 8. You are using the presentation outline, but actually I'm looking at the draft. Okay, make it like shorter, very short. So this is about PS5, PlayStation 5. Okay, and you are going to be the last group for this semester to be allowed to present about PS5. Okay, because it is like a bit common. Okay, so you highlighted why it is different compared to the others. Okay, great about this. Good job. Right, you can proceed about PS5. Okay, next group, Govin Raj. Okay, Govin Raj and the group members, Kosori Food Dehydrator Machine. Okay, September 2020. Kitchen appliances company that based in Southern California. Food preservation. Okay, if you can have the picture, then it will be good. Okay, but again, since that it is a group work, 3 of you, okay, Govin Raj, Asaya, and Rishan Tiran. So please make sure that you are able to identify at least six main parts or subparts of the product. Can you do that, Govin Raj?
Yes, I can do, sir.
Okay, great. Right, so then you can proceed. But please, if possible, try to WhatsApp me, okay, personally, the image of this product, okay, and also maybe a video about this product as well. Okay, try to find it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Kevin. All right. So you are going to present about Xbox. Okay, we have PS5 and we have Xbox. So you're going to be the last group this semester. Okay, to present about this, because starting from next semester, it is no longer accepted. Okay, right. Right, processor, GPU, optical drive. Is it SDD or SSD? Kevin?
SSD, SSD, sir.
SSD, right. Solid state drive. Okay. RAM, okay, random access memory and such. Okay. So there are 3 of you. Make sure that 3 of you, right? How many of you in the group?
3 of us, sir.
Okay. Okay, 3. So make sure that you have 6 main parts or subparts to be presented. Over here, we have only, what do you call it? 5. Okay. Make sure there are 6. All right, and then me open it for all of you. Okay, this is for Putri Ainul Sofwa and the group members. Makita pedal switch angle grinder. Okay, right. Grinding wheel, not 5 but 6. Okay, Putri Ainul, are you here?
Yes, sir. Okay.
All right. So please find at least 6. Okay, 6 main parts or sub parts of the product, not 5.
Okay.
Okay, right. And then share with me the image of the product and maybe the video, okay, regarding the product so that I can watch it a bit and then I will know what you are trying to explain later on.
Okay, sir.
Right, great. Okay, Manju and the group, Manfrotto Gimbal 220. Okay, and Gimbal will also be the last group, okay, this semester to be allowed to present about it. Okay, when was the release date, Manju and the team members? When was the release date? Do we have Manju and the team members? Divian, Ikmal Hisham, Manju. Are you there? 2020. Yeah, I know 2020, but remember, be specific. Okay, if it is January 2020, then it is not accepted anymore because we are now in March. Okay, remember that the product release date should be lesser than 12 months. Okay, and then gimbal is something like not very new. It has been in the market for some times. Okay, but I let you present about it, no problem. Okay, because you're going to be the last group this semester and no longer no other groups are allowed to do it again next semester. Okay, but please get the specific date for the release date of the product. Okay, right. Next, Nur Syafawati. Okay, monitor display. Again, this is going to be the last group for this semester and no longer other semester in next semester. Any other group are allowed, okay, to present about monitor because it is too common. All right, it is too common. Okay. All right, so you can proceed. Lucky for you. Lin Chung King. Portable time antibacterial plastic sanitizer spray car and home disinfectant fogger. Okay, so this is still new. All right. The main parts and subparts. Okay, nice. All right, this is clear, very clear. And this is how you're supposed to prepare for your infographic. You're going to have the product and then you're going to highlight each the main parts and the subparts. Okay, Lin Chung King and your team members, okay, Tan Zenji and Muhammad Haikal, so you can proceed with this product. So the other groups, okay, who have not given me the draft yet, you can text me personally, okay, you can WhatsApp me personally, you can share the draft and you can share the image and the video of the product that you have chosen to present. Okay, right. Thank you, Manju. Okay, so please do so as soon as possible by today, and then I will give my feedback straight away. Okay, class? Any question?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. No question.
Okay, right. But let's say if somehow when you are preparing for the presentation outline, and then you need to know more or you need further clarification or explanation about that particular things, okay, feel free to ask me in the WhatsApp group. I prefer WhatsApp group because why? If the other groups are having the same problem, okay, and then they are about to ask me and somehow you are the first group to ask, then I can reply and then I don't have to repeat the same answer to the different group. Okay, so if you have any question, do not hesitate to ask me about it. Okay, I will be more than glad to help you. Right? Okay, So if you don't have any other question, I think that's it from me today. Okay, I'll see you next week for the infographic. For the second meeting, just continue with the presentation outline. For the other groups, okay, make sure that you have asked for the approval from me, then you can proceed with the presentation outline. Okay, I'm going to highlight in the groups, in the WhatsApp group after this, which group or pair that has been approved for the presentation. Okay, all right, so again, that's all from me. If you have not taken your breakfast, enjoy your breakfast. It is raining heavily here in Kuantan. Okay, I haven't got into the office yet. I need to get to go to my office before 1 o'clock. Okay, so stay safe. Drink a lot of water because somehow it is also hot at this moment. Okay, all right. So that's all from me again. Thank you very much and assalamualaikum and goodbye. You are free to leave the session now.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
You're
you,
welcome,
sir.
everyone.
Thank you, sir.